advance child tax credit, which was paid out from July through December. This form will help you accurately report the amount of money you received up front back in 2021. So don't throw that form away. I'm Andrew Kinsey.
And I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
Live and local conversation for the Ohio Valley continues shortly here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy all types of real estate completely as is. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Dutch Boy Platinum Plus. It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that will transform your den with just one coat of salted lavender into a writer's sanctuary. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where you'll meet this guy.
Hey.
Who starred in That Thing.
Now that's a twist I didn't see coming.
So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically paint. Dutch Boy. Only at Menards.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754. Schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA.
304-214-1600. Call the Watchdog with your thoughts. We'll be right back to Local Talk.
From the Watchdog, here is your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. Partly sunny, high of 28. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 8. And for your Wednesday, expect partly sunny skies with a high of 20 and wind chills possibly below 0. And that's your local weather forecast from the Watchdog.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Good morning.
Don't say that.
What should I say? Good night. It's National Opposite Day.
Is it day or night? Black is white, good is evil, and evil becomes good.
I'm gonna do the exact opposite to you.
What is happening right now, huh?
This whole thing bass act.
I thought today was opposite day.
Hey, opposite is opposite.
It's opposite day. Happy opposite. Opposite day.
It's showtime.
On FM, on AM, online, on demand, and on video. We are where you are. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe is here now.
Temperature still dropping, just degree by degree. Started at 24, hit 23, now it's 22. 22 degrees, Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. 22 degrees from my home studios here in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. And 22 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Those 22 degree temperatures feel like around 8, so it's a little bit cold out there. We've hit the high. We're working our way down, obviously. We're going down to 7 for the overnight low tonight, so be aware of that. Coming up today at 10:06, Dave Wilson is in again for Hoppy Kercheval. Hoppy has COVID, actually. I didn't hear him. Biff, did you hear Hoppy on the show yesterday?
Yeah, I heard a little bit of him. He sounded pretty good.
I talked to him last night, and he said he was feeling, mild symptoms, like a bad cold. Doesn't feel terrible. Does expect to be back tomorrow on Statewide Talk Line. It amazes me that we can't, in this society, at the very least, just say to someone who is sick, boy, I hope you get better. And I'm referring to Hoppy in his commentary on Monday, pointed out that he has COVID. Folks, I've contracted COVID. I'm in the 5-day quarantine. My symptoms are mild. I'm thankful I'm vaccinated and I have the boosters. Dave Wilson fills in for me. I plan to be back on Wednesday. And then if you go down and read the comments, can't you, with something like that, can't you just say, gee, Hop, I hope you get better? Does it have to turn into a big political debate? Proof, says one of the texters, one of the responses to Hoppy. Proof, this, and these are, you got capital letters and exclamation points, and proof, this is not a vaccine, it does not work, no one is going to use me as their guinea pig. What are the effects years down the road? No one knows. No one knows. I have to say it loud because they got exclamation points and big capital letters and all that kind of stuff. It seems evident to me, this is a different texter, it seems evident to me the vaccine and the boosters are being pushed on us for the sake of the pharmaceutical companies' bottom line and more. Just let your bodies build up their natural resistance. Brandon and St. Fauci need to push for increased production of the proven therapeutic treatments, as well as new treatments and hopefully a true vaccine. I'm curious what the true vaccine would be. So apparently it is according to this person, it's all a hoax by Big Pharma to make some money. Then Matt says it's a communist conspiracy. That's what it is. Communists have given us that. They're just over it, the same things over and over. And finally, somebody says, Hoppy, wishing you a speedy recovery. Sue says, get well soon, Hop. Where's this one I'm looking for here? Yeah. This is from the first guy that I mentioned, was with capital letters and triple exclamation points. Donald Trump called Hoppy with best wishes. He told Hoppy it's time for him to retire so he can make America great again in West Virginia. Trump 2024. God help us. From an expert, breaking news, masks don't work. You're harming yourself by wearing your mask. I'm 100% done with COVID and the corrupt media. It's not that none of this is new or different. I see these things all the time. It's that it's on a post where Hoppy says, I've got COVID. I'm just trying to, just trying to get through it. And people can't just say, boy, I hope you get better, Hop. Can't we just, on a human level, say that? Does everything have to be triple exclamation point, capital letters, communist conspiracy, big pharma's making money, Trump 2024, really? Can't we just, in a human way, say, hey, hope you're feeling better, Hop? Regardless of how you feel about COVID? I don't know. Guess I'm just getting grumpy in my old age, Biff.
Well, and again, I mean, it is Hoppy, and with Hoppy, a lot of people either like Hoppy or you don't. I mean, there's really no middle ground with Hoppy, so you're going to see people that are going to be passionate one side or the other on this issue, but it just goes to show that even a simple updated post of here's who's filling in, here's when I'll be back, I'm doing everything, even something that simple can turn political. And it's sad to say this, but it does not surprise me one bit.
No, I guess it doesn't surprise me either, but it just seems like, you know, you could just say, hey, Hop, I hope you get better. It's interesting, of course, that many of these people who in this particular thread on WWMetroNews.com on Hoppy's commentary, many of the people who are really criticizing Hoppy and yelling at him, and the guy says, you should retire so Trump can make West Virginia great. These are people who a year ago thought Hoppy was the best thing since sliced bread, because Hoppy is a right-leaning talk show host. But in the past year or so, having to do with COVID, having to do with the insurrection, Hoppy has not jumped on the Trump train. And as a result, now he's bad, he's evil, he's terrible, and I hope you die. I don't think anybody said that, actually, but I don't know.
Well, and it goes. It shows too how quickly people change. I mean, you go from one side to the opposite side just like that because of an issue or whatever someone favors. I mean, it's something that it just doesn't, and it doesn't take much either.
Again, Hoppy's a great example. These are many people who thought he was just the best thing around. He's a right-leaning talk show host, tends to support the Republican conservative point of view, thinks it's good that we have Republican leadership in the legislature. You know, he is not me. I mean, that's been kind of the joke that Hoppy and I've had for a long time. You know, he and I are, if I agree with him or he agrees with me, Hoppy and I both go, one of us has got a problem. So, and yet, because on one or two issues, specifically on COVID, the vaccine, and on the insurrection, Hoppy disagrees with Trumpsters. He goes from being a good guy to being the devil, which is, again, that's what we have in our society, Biff. You don't go from being a good guy to a good guy with some bad ideas, okay? That again, oh, yeah, you know, you've always had some good ideas, but you're wrong on this one. No, he goes from being a good guy to being the devil.
Well, and, you know, when we had Stephen on talking about McKinley and Mooney in that race, how many people that supported Congressman McKinley for a long time, all of a sudden now, because of the way that he voted, are going to turn on him and vote for Mooney in the May election.
Right.
I think we'll see it, but I mean, I don't know how big or what the if you were saying percentage wise, what the percentage is going to be. But don't be surprised if it happens. If you see people just the two votes that McKinley voted for, that'll be enough to make people say, you know what, I'm not voting for him, and they'll turn and vote for Mooney.
People who said a year ago, Dave McKinley, great guy, he votes the way we want him to vote, he's a strong conservative, he's very much on our side, felt that in this particular case, the infrastructure bill, it was beneficial to West Virginia, so he voted for it. That's it, he's no good. Remember all those good things he did? No, never mind. Forget that. He's no good anymore because, you know, he voted that bill. And Mooney is able to gin that up with the ads that he's running. So, yeah, I don't know. COVID-19 cases surging in West Virginia. Governor Justice yesterday laid out his concerns from A to D. Not Z, mind you, just to D. Only going to D. The governor said yesterday, A, we're in another surge. B, our hospitals are tasked to the limit right now. C, the Omicron virus is going to spread more and more and faster. D, your odds are phenomenally in your favor if by chance you get this, if you are vaccinated. That's A to D, the governor's concerns. And then, of course, the governor is asked, well, are you considering mandating vaccines? Oh, no. Are you considering vetoing the anti-mask mandate bill the legislature is working on? And that's when the music comes out, because the governor's tap dancing. Governor doesn't want to say yes or no. He's afraid to offend somebody, after all. But the governor offered his comments from A to D. The county alert map in West Virginia shows all counties other than 5 are in red. Hancock Brook, it's good, 2 are in the Panhandle. Hancock Brook, Tucker, Pocahontas, and Jackson counties are at the next lowest level. Everybody else in the state is at red. Now, the COVID, let me be clear before somebody texts me. The Omicron cases are not as serious for most people as the Delta had been. And in particular, if you have had the vaccine and the booster, can you get the Omicron? Yes. The cases will be relatively mild. Omicron itself is relatively milder. Still, we have COVID raging through the state. Hospitalizations are surging in West Virginia, 978 on Sunday, the highest level the state has hit since the height of the Delta surge back in September. Dr. Clay Marsh, the state's pandemic advisor, says we're in the midst of another surge caused by Omicron. It is so infectious it can even infect people who have been vaccinated but are over 4 to 6 months after their primary vaccination series. Marsh says vaccines are still the best protection against serious cases. And again, I think that's where there's been such misunderstanding, Biff. Even forget Omicron. The vaccine is designed to hopefully help you not get COVID, but it's also designed, if you get it, that it will affect you less than it would if you didn't have the vaccine. And I don't know where our understanding of medicine went out the window somewhere along the way the last couple of years.
Well, I think I've been now 2 months since I got the booster. So so really it's been, I think it was before Thanksgiving. So it's been a little, probably about 2 months and a couple days since I've fully had all three shots. So, I mean, it's do I feel any different? No. I mean, do I still like I used to before get the seasonal stuff that I get? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying it can't happen, but am I going to say I've been lucky so far? Absolutely. But again, I've gotten everything I needed to do.
And that's all you can do. That, and be careful if you're going into large crowds or something, be a little bit aware of it. I mean, and frankly, Biff, people don't want to talk about this. I think we have to start talking about it. I think COVID is going to be around the way flu's been around forever. It's never going to go away. We're going to have to live with COVID as part of our world. Now, I don't mean that we're going to have to be masked up all of our lives or, have to whatever. But it's just like the flu. The flu comes every year, Biff.
It'll be, how long until we get to the point where we say, okay, we get a seasonal flu shot? How long before somebody says, hey, you might want to think about I don't want to say it, but yeah, a COVID shot, seasonal shot too, like you do for the flu. Make it a two.
I think that's.
Make it a 2
I think
for
it's
one.
a very real possibility.
Make it a two
I
for.
think it's a very real possibility that just like, I get a pneumonia shot every year. I'm old. I get a pneumonia shot. I get a flu shot. Got the shingle shot, all this. Old guys get that. And I think that, we're probably going to at some point add a COVID shot to it. And we'll go about our lives. Just as we have done with the flu, just as we have done with the winter crud, just as we have done with all other kinds of problems. COVID was a deadly and dangerous thing in the beginning, and it still is. Don't get me wrong. People are still dying from it. But we're beginning to get a better understanding of it. We have better control of it. We certainly have the vaccines and the boosters. We have some medication for it. And, as we go further down the road, I don't think the idea that somehow COVID will vanish, I don't think that's going to happen. COVID will be around, like flu is around, like other stuff. And we'll live with it. Every year, you all know this because you hear me hacking on the radio. Every year I get whatever it is, the winter crud. Still have it. Got it 5 weeks ago. Still coughing here occasionally. I've been tested. It's not COVID. It's just the winter crud. And Biff, we used to always just call it the winter crud and move on, right?
Yeah, that's it. It's that time of the year. I got the winter crud again, or whatever
Right.
you want to call it. But it'd be nice if we could get to a point where we're not talking about all these different variants. I think if we could just get the variants to go away, there's that would be something.
But we don't call them variants. But we know that one of the reasons we get a flu shot every year is because the flu virus mutates a little bit every year. So the specific virus that last year you got the flu shot for has mutated a bit this year, so you need a slightly different vaccine. And I think eventually that's the way it'll be with COVID. Again, we don't call them variants. It's going to change, modify, mulgrify. It's going to, that's what viruses do. And once we get a better handle on it, and we are getting a better handle on it, again, let's go back to where we were 2 years ago, Biff. It was just this strange, bizarre thing we didn't know much about. Even the experts didn't know a whole lot about. We were beginning to understand it, beginning to try and figure it out. We got a better handle on it now. And in a year, we'll have a better handle on it. And at some point, I think we'll just have to be living with it. I noticed Dr. Marsh said this week, and I've heard many other people say it as well, probably at some point we're all going to get COVID. I hope not. I don't want to get COVID, don't get me wrong. But, it's out there everywhere. It's going to affect it. Maybe we won't all get it, but lots and lots of people are going to get it.
Well,
properly vaccinated, properly boosted, properly treated. It's like having a bad cold, and you just move on.
Well, when this first happened, how many people what they thought at the time again was seasonal stuff. I can't talk. Seasonal stuff actually could have turned out that they had COVID, but didn't know it.
Yep.
There's probably a lot of that people have probably already had it and didn't know about it at the time because it was the first time we were hearing of this. And again, you just dismiss it off as, well, that's that time of the year. That's normally when I start getting whatever I usually get.
You get the sniffles, a little fever, you get a little chest congestion.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
a lot of people get it every year.
So I bet there are more people that have actually had it that we don't know about because it happened so early on that it was when we were just first hearing and learning about it.
Right. And again, every day we're learning more, we being society at large, the scientific community, we're learning more, and we may never eliminate it, but we'll live with it. We'll figure out a way to do that. In the meantime, get your vaccines. Get your booster. Who cares if Bill Gates is monitoring you, right? I mean, what do I care if Bill Gates... Look, they're monitoring us all the time on our machines, aren't they, right, Biff?
Yeah, listen, if Bill Gates is monitoring me, he's going to be disappointed because there's not too much to where I go and what I do and everything. So, unfortunately, he's going to be disappointed if he's following me.
So many people make that, that's what that vaccine is. It's a way, it's created by Bill Gates so he can keep track of everybody. Folks, I got news for you. They're keeping track of us, and it ain't Bill Gates. Oh, it may actually be Bill Gates, but it ain't the vaccine. It's your cell phone. It's your Amazon personal assistant. It's your computer, And they're getting more and more savvy, too. I know I've talked about this over and over again. I've noticed in the last couple of weeks, Biffy, some things that I have never looked up online, ever. All I've ever done is talk about them here in the house. And here come the ads for them, right? Folks, they're watching us. I mean, just accept that as a reality. And I don't mean in a terrible, horrible, conspiratorial, scary way. It's just the case. You ever go to, did you ever go to your Google app on your phones and look and see the information it has? It literally will show you every place you have been in the last, 5 years. I've done that occasionally. Oh, been to the Alpha, been to the Alpha, been to the Alpha. So if Bill Gates, if to get the vaccine, it helps me fight off COVID, and if Bill Gates is monitoring me, hi, Bill. It's Howard. Here I am. You can watch me at whatever you want to. All right, let's head to the newsroom of not the Big Seven, the newsroom of Metro News, see what they're working on, see what's happening down in Charleston and elsewhere around the state. Get some sports for you. Head into the home stretch of our show for this Tuesday, and eventually we'll get to our friends from the Big Seven. But right now, it's 9:34, 26 till the hour, 22 degrees on the Watchdog Morning Show. Oh, really? I didn't see that. I thought Danny Goodwin might take a shot. Goodwin? Is that his name? Danny Goodwin? The former mayor. Danny Jones. I thought Danny Jones might take a stab at it again, but he's got a barbecue joint, and I guess he's happy with that. He always, he owned multiple restaurants in the past, so I guess he's a good barbecue cook. Everybody talks about how good it is. If I ever get to Charleston, I'll get down there and try some. I should. Because Mark Curtis raves about it. I haven't talked to him for a while. I need to do that, get him on the show.
A localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier. And with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
All right, people, we have made it to Championship Sunday. There are only 3 football games left, not counting the Pro Bowl, and 2 of them go down this weekend. Suffice it to say, these are the must-watch, must-wager matchups. So go ahead, download the Caesars Sportsbook app if you haven't. Once you're all signed up and you've funded your account, check the promos page for all of the odds boosts, the promos, and bonuses that could very well boost your postseason profits. And remember, when you start betting, you're automatically entered to win 2 tickets to the Super Bowl. And it's not just tickets. You'll get a 2-night stay at a Caesars Rewards Las Vegas resort, a private jet to and from the game in Los Angeles, and travel to and from Las Vegas.
Must be 21. Offer valid at West Virginia only and for new and existing users. No cash alternatives to listed prices. The NFL entities have not offered or sponsored this promotion in any way. Terms and conditions apply. See Caesars.com/promos. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. All games are regulated by the West Virginia Lottery. Please play responsibly.
Caesars Sportsbook. Your app is ready, Emperor. Download it.
Hey, I'm going to the kitchen. Can I grab you a Coors Light?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Huh. I never knew there was a zip line in my fridge. Hey, buddy! Yeah! You got 2 Coors Lights up there?
Always brewed down to 34 degrees. With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go. 2 Coors Lights.
Awesome, man. Wow, these are really cold.
That's the only way I deliver it.
Sure, I mean, you being a mountain climber and all.
Yep.
You probably need a pretty warm coat in there, huh?
Yep.
Hey, Ben!
Yeah!
Ask him if he has any nachos.
You got any nachos in there?
No.
Just icy cold Coors Light?
Yep.
That makes sense. It is the Rockies.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Menards carries the largest in-stock selection of appliances. Discover the Criterion Advantage with a pair of laundry appliances with great features, great quality, and a great price. The top-load washer has 8 preset cycles and can handle family-size laundry loads. The dryer is equipped with Wrinkle Prevent and Sensor Dry, which automatically stops cycles when clothes are dry, saving time and money. They're $4.49 each after $100 mail-in rebate. See store for details. Prices good through February 6th.
Save big money at Menards.
You're never too far from the most local programming in the Ohio Valley. Find us here. AM 1600 and 1370. FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog. The Watchdog.
He has his say. You can have yours. Text us or call us and join the conversation. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Reminder of the opinion poll online at watchdognetwork.com. Do you support the Democrat proposed sales tax cut in West Virginia? You recall the Democrats came up with the proposal to cut the 6% sales tax down to 4 3/4, and then to perhaps lower it more year by year, depending on how much money there is in the rainy day fund and revenue and so on. So do you support the Democrat proposed sales tax cut in West Virginia? Your choices: yes, more money in my pocket and it makes panhandle businesses more competitive. Or no, tax cuts are great, but it costs the state over $300 million to do it. Or no, I'd never support anything proposed by the Democrats. So far, about 60% are saying yes, and about 40% are saying no. So go to the website, watchdognetwork.com, vote in the opinion poll. Do you support Democrat proposed sales tax cut in West Virginia? It's interesting what a wide variety of things that we seem to have on the table down in Charleston right now, from expanding potential use of nuclear power to legalizing moonshine. I mean, it's just all over the field down there in Charleston this year. Next week, the governor is going to deliver a State of the State speech, as in physically prepare one and be in person. He delivered his State of the State speech in written form a couple of weeks ago because he had COVID, but he's going to deliver a State of the State next week. I don't know. Normally, that's the big kickoff for the legislature, but the legislature's already, 3 weeks into session, so I'm not sure what the State of the State will mean, but nonetheless, he'll do that next week, so there you go. Each win means that much more when you're into the NFL playoffs. That's why FanDuel Sportsbook is hooking up new customers with 30-1 enhanced odds for the playoffs. Bet 5 to win 150. Yep, put down 5. You could win 150 on any team to win any of the playoff games. Just sign up for FanDuel Sportsbook, make a deposit, and claim your 30-1 enhanced odds. No better place to bet the NFL playoffs than America's #1 sportsbook. You know FanDuel is the best there is. It's simple, easy to use, very easy to navigate. I talk about that all the time. Even if you're new to gaming, you won't have any trouble figuring out what to do. They've got all kinds of generous promotions for you every single day on FanDuel. It's safe, it's secure, it's got some of the best in customer service that you'll find. And when you win, FanDuel will pay your winnings in as little as 2 hours. That's a pretty good deal. Now, if you already have FanDuel, FanDuel is hooking up customers with $50 if you refer a friend, plus your friend will get $50 too. When you go to your FanDuel app, there's a little referral code there. It's tied specifically to you. You send that to your friends and say, hey, I'm having fun on FanDuel. Maybe you'd like to do it as well. Just click this link and it'll download FanDuel for you. If they do it from your referred link, you get $50. And when they put their first money into their account, they'll get $50 in their account as well. That's a pretty good deal. So don't miss your chance to win $150 off a $5 bet. And also, don't forget you have the $50 refer a friend deal. Download FanDuel Sportsbook app. Use my name, Monroe, in the promo code box, MONROE. Pick your divisional playoff team right before the kickoff occurs. Remember, you must be 21 or older. You must be physically present in West Virginia. New users only. $10 first deposit required. You must wager in the designated offer market. Maximum bonus $150. Restrictions do apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Remember, if you enjoy gaming and it's part of your entertainment dollar, then by all means, download FanDuel, have fun with FanDuel. If gambling's a problem for you, and it is for some people, then don't download FanDuel, but rather call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. FanDuel Sportsbook offers more ways to win. Dozen before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Coming up this morning after the 10 o'clock newscast, Dave Wilson's filling in for Hoppy today. Hoppy expected back tomorrow. He's currently quarantined because of COVID, but the quarantine should end tomorrow. Guest today with Dave Wilson, kicking things off at 10:06. The CEO and president of WVU Medicine, Al Wright, will be in to talk about how all of the WVU medicine facilities, including Reynolds, including Wheeling Hospital, how they're coping with the COVID situation and the staff shortage situations that's hitting many of them. That's kicking things off today at 10:06. Krista Capehart, the Washington Board of Pharmacy Director of Regulatory Affairs, is in to talk with Dave. Sponsor of that bill to repeal the nuclear ban is Brandon Steele from Raleigh County. He'll be in to talk with to talk with Dave. And Brad McElhenney, your old buddy Brad, will have his latest information for you from under the Golden Dome coming up today. Statewide Talk Line gets underway right after 10 o'clock here on the Watchdog Morning Show.
And Howard,
it is 10 before the hour. Yes, sir?
The governor's State of the State address is actually this Thursday at 7 o'clock.
This Thursday?
Yes, the 27th.
As in 2 days from now?
As in 2 days from now at 7 o'clock will be the State of the State address.
Okay. I was in error. I thought it was next week.
No,
I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, he's outlined his priorities. His big deal was the Nucor announcement and the one surrounding it. He's done that. I'm just curious what it is he's going to say. Is he going to repeat some of that stuff, or has he got some new ideas? And I really have heard no gossip at all about that.
That's probably what it'll be. I mean, how much of it is he gonna add on? I mean, at this point, okay, they already have had a Cliff Notes version of all about Nucor and all that. So if you want to mention that real quick, that's fine. But I bet it's probably a lot of new ideas and new things that he's just going to add on to whatever he already sent the legislature.
He has teased this year that he wants a 5% pay raise for state employees and also a bonus in some cases. A lot of the legislators are okay with the raise, but a little concerned about the bonus. That may be something he wants to elaborate on. Although I've heard no talk about it, I keep thinking he's going to bring up the income tax reduction thing again. That was his, be all and end all last year. Well, if we just could do that, we would be the greatest state. Well, we'd have more people here than Florida. Except for the fact we don't have sunshine or beaches. But anyways, so I have heard no rumors about that. And I think when we asked Brad about it earlier this week, he didn't think that it was necessarily coming back up. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hear more about income tax reduction. I'll be curious to see what the governor has to say about the Democrat sales tax reduction proposal. I think Craig Blair, the Senate president, has said he's not in favor of it. Costs too much to the state. $312 million is what would be removed from the budget in order to give this sales tax cut. And some of his own party are concerned about it as well. Kelly Allen from the Center on Budget and Policy has written a piece about this, saying that she thinks the state can't afford that $300 million cut. So the governor may push on that. I don't know. He may push back on that. He may support it. I'm not sure. I just have a feeling, Biff, that there's, simply because he's Jim Justice, there's something out there he's going to want to come up with that's a big surprise, you know?
Oh, and he has 2 days to prepare for it. And I would not be surprised at all if the governor does throw in a surprise.
Right. It's because that's his way of doing things. And I think he wanted to do the new core announcement in his State of the State speech before. That's already been announced and already a done deal now. So I will bet he's been huddling with advisors saying, what can I put as a centerpiece of this new State of the State speech? We'll find out. It comes up on Wednesday. Let's go over to the Big 7, WTRF TV, and talk to our friend Bob Westfall. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Howard. How are you?
I'm cold. It's another cold morning.
Oh,
we are definitely in winter, you know?
I was going to say it's January.
Yeah.
Talking about the State of the State address, there was part of the new core that was not announced. It's rumored, but not announced. The Intermodal Center in Weirton.
In Weirton. Yep, that's right. That's been talked about, but it's not been officially announced, so that could be it. That's possible. I just think the governor will want to do some big announcement, even though theoretically everything that he had was laid out ahead of time. I think he's going to do something special.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting, but we'll be there, obviously. Mark Curtis and our crew will be covering that without a doubt. Some of the things we're looking at today will actually, let's see, Weirton, West Virginia voted safest place in the state. How about that? After a survey, I think Moundsville made the top 10. A couple other things. So we're going to talk to Weirton City. City of Weirton is holding a presser today. So we'll be up there today, talk to those people about how excited it is to be rated the safest place in the state of West Virginia.
That's cool.
So there you go. Bill Johnson's continuing his tour of Eastern Ohio. He's going to be at a regional surgical center in Belmont County today. Stephanie Grinley is on her way to that. I think that happens at 10 o'clock today, or 10:45, I'm sorry. So we'll be there. We'll probably ask him a couple other questions also about the new maps for the congressional districts in Ohio, how that hurts or benefits him. So we'll find out about that as well. So we're taking a look at that. Obviously, the Democrats aren't happy with the way the maps were drawn. The Republicans say, hey, that's the best we could do. So I guess we'll continue to follow that story and see if the courts make a decision on the new map. So we'll follow that as continued as well. Going to talk to I guess be a priest at Our Lady of Perpetual Help, the Ukrainian church here in Wheeling. I know Paul Harris was on this. I guess great minds think alike because we were working on that story as well. I guess he was on your show yesterday talking about it.
Yeah.
Local reaction to the Ukraine crisis. President Joe Biden's called up 8,500 men to the region. They actually haven't already in place yet, but it continues to escalate. So we're going to get the local reaction to what's going on in that part of the world. Very volatile right now. I safely say I don't think I've seen this kind of troop movement since the first Iraq War. So this is going to be interesting. So we're going to get a local reaction to that.
I'm just trying to figure out what's likely to happen. And we've been talking about it this morning, and I talked to our national correspondent about it. And, you got 8,500 troops sort of on alert, I guess, is what we did. And everybody says there's not going to be any conflict, and I hope that's true. But I just think it's a very tense time in that region. Let's put it that way.
Right. And the relationship between the Ukrainian people and the Russians, and even before that, the Soviet Union has never been a good relationship.
Right.
So it should be very, very interesting. And I'm hoping our D.C. Bureau covers this, or at least asks why. What was the change? I mean, a week ago, Joe Biden said, do you want me to send American men and women into combat there, as if saying, I don't want to do that. And then all of a sudden, here yesterday, we got 85 men and women called up. So interesting. We'll have to see what's going on. But like you said, it's a very volatile area, always has been. So we'll have that. So continue to watch that. And then, of course, the weather looks like it's going to be cold for the next few days. But I think we've got a warm up coming. Aaron and Zach will have that as well. So kind of following what's going on here today. A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. People can check it out at noon, 5, 6, 10, 11, 5:30 statewide show, as always, with Mark Curtis of the gang. And, of course, always check it out at WTRF.com, the award-winning website, not to mention checking it out in your own pocket with your Storm Tracker 7 app and the TV7 News app. Right. Set up the push notifications, and you'll never not know what the news is, because Channel 7 will tell you.
Well, I can't stress the apps enough. I mean, it just, like I said, when you're traveling through the area, those traffic cameras are amazing. Push notifications, John, Karen, and everybody at the newsroom are on top of that. So there's no reason not to be informed of what's going on. Just get those two apps, and you'll be in great shape.
You're right on top of everything. All right, Bob, I appreciate it. We'll talk to you in a couple of days. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure, sir. You have a great day.
All right, you too. All right, Bob Westfall from the Big 7, WTRF TV. Tomorrow, the American Cancer Society releases their statewide report card on tobacco use in West Virginia. Biff, want to make any predictions? I'm guessing it's still high.
I'm going to guess we're probably about 48 or 49. I think this is one of those categories where Mississippi bails us out.
Yeah, thank heavens for them, because I think that's all we've got to keep us from the bottom. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. Also, I believe we're going to have an announcement on broadband later today in Ohio County. I see the Morning Intel talks about that. I had heard about that myself last night. So maybe something for us to talk about tomorrow as well. All the legislative news and whatever else happens, we'll try and find time to talk about it in the midst of all of our usual goofing off. Biffy, I'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, with the go-around of the big gig. Are you back with me?
I will return for a Wednesday.
We'll keep on doing it until we get it right.
That could be a long time.
Indeed.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
Eric Chauvin kneeled on George Floyd's neck until he died. ABC.
All right, Biffy. Another day, another donut. I'm glad Stephen was on. That helped to fill that segment out, so we got it done. I was thinking I had these tobacco people tomorrow. The report is released tomorrow, but I don't have them till Thursday. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'll do something. Ohio County Commission is announcing this broadband thing. I talked to Randy Wharton about that. He might come on to talk about that. We'll have to see. So I got to figure something out for the morning. But you know what? One way or another, it comes and it goes. Yep, we'll make it work. All right, I'll be around. I'm getting a haircut today, but other than that, I'll be around all day. In case you need me, just give me a buzz. Otherwise, I'll just see you in the morning. Talk to you in the morning. All right, thanks a lot. As always, appreciate your help. Bye.
Should Russia invade Ukraine? North Korea starting off the new year with a series of missile launches.
Kim Jong-un has been relentless this month. These missiles are suspected cruise missiles, but he has also been test-firing short-range ballistic missiles, and he has hinted that with diplomacy stalled and tough sanctions still in place, he may resume testing of long-range missiles, ICBMs, and nuclear tests, which he has not conducted since 2017.
ABC Chief Global Affairs Correspondent Mark Martha Raddatz. Following Monday's roller coaster ride on Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is now down 714 points. You're listening to ABC News.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and Navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction.